Here.
Tom Baldwin, Hillary Barton,
Here.
Lucas Singer,
Here.
John Alexander.
Here. All right, so we've got the meetings from our November meeting. Need a motion.
Need a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Yay.
Just say second. You can say second.
Second.
Okay. All those for, say aye.
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 All right. Bruce. So this is our first meeting this year, 2023, and it was an election year, so we have some new board members. Took over for, or were appointed by Jeremy and Keith. I guess I'll speak first and kind of give you an idea of what we're asked for. Just an introduction of yourself. And my name's Tim Tumulty. I'm a former mayor. I was on the commission back like 8 or 9 years ago, and been on this board now for about 7 years, I guess. Wow. Yeah, ever since I was off the commission. So. Wow. Yeah, it seems like it's just yesterday there. I know.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm also the president of Main Street. We put on a kite festival this weekend. It was a pretty awesome event. Also on the art show board, vice chair of the art show board, and and I love to golf. So as you know, appropriately, I've been appointed, I guess, by the board and by the folks here when I got on 7 years ago to kind of give updates on the golf course, and that's kind of what I do, rather than trying to solve maybe focus on one thing. We focus on each of us focus on something different or something that you have interest in, and bring that to the board for discussion and possibly to pass it on to the city commission to actually get something done. So.
Me?
John.
All right, thank you very much. John Alexander. I have been on this board for 3 years. I was appointed by the mayor, and my term will end at the end of his term. I'm also a Rotarian, and I have been the past chairman of the boat parade for Cocoa Beach Christmas Boat Parade, and I also work with the people who work on the downtown parade as well. And my area of expertise is parks, and Larry and I work together on the parks, and we have an adoption program that we've established in the city to have actual groups of people helping us with some of the minor repairs and upkeep of some of the parks. And during COVID, of course, that was shut down, but we're reorganizing and we're getting ready to hit that again hard. So this is a great board. It's a great people. I'll miss the people who were on it before, but I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys as well. But I think you'll find it's very interesting, the amount of information that we go through in a given month. So thank you very much.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hillary Barton. I am new to this. I'm looking forward to seeing like the background and how this kind of thing works, because I really want to get more involved in city stuff. I moved to Cocoa Beach in August of 2016. Keith pointed me. He thought that I might be a good source of information just because I am very active in Cocoa Beach. I played beach volleyball. I have started to learn how to golf. I'm going to be getting in pickleball leagues. I play in kickball leagues. I do a lot of stuff running at the parks. I'm outside a lot and know a lot of people in a lot of different aspects of Cocoa Beach. I do want to help to just make everything better for the community, and I'm hoping that I can bring something to the table here.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
My name's Lucas. I moved to Cocoa Beach in 2020. I have what is it now, 8th and 9th grader at the school. We moved out here for the school system. Mm-hmm. I'm currently Deputy Chief Fire, City of Titusville actually. 17 years as a firefighter. Currently working on my master's degree with public administration. Very active in all sorts of activities. We're involved with a lot of the high school sports, club sports. I really enjoy hiking, walking, biking, basketball, you name it. I like to do it, and I just like being part of the community that I live in and try to accelerate or excel recreational activities for the entire group of citizens plus all the tourists. So looking forward to it. I was appointed by Jeremy, new councilman. His term just started. And so I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing what can happen and moving forward.
Thank you. All right. So one of our members of this board is in here, Tom Baldwin. And Tom is our kind of liaison for the waterways. He has a lot of interest in waterways and has a lot of experience and brings that to us. So unfortunately he's not here today, but that's kind of what he brought to the table. I believe, Hillary, you're covering over with Steve Romano, and he was kind of checking out tennis and right, that area.
Okay.
But that doesn't, preclude you from talking about whatever you have an interest in. If it's beach volleyball and things going on the beach, that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Matt Harrington was, so you're covering for. Matt was just kind of an all around, he was the chair and I was vice chair. Since he was dropped out, I became chair. We thought it'd make more sense to have someone that's been on the board become chair rather than someone that's never, hasn't been on the board at all. So, that may change if you want to vote me out. It's not personal. So, with that, I'm not going to ask you what you want to do, or just kind of figure it out. And we meet every 2 months,
Okay.
so we've got 2 months to kind of plenty of time to figure out where you want to go. And our next item on the agenda here after was responsibilities and procedures. We just kind of went through that for each board member. And you also have an outline that Andy gave us for the various facilities and the structure of the leisure board, or of the leisure services, I should say. And then we go through board reports. Now, board reports is where we'll each talk about our specific thing, or bring up something else after that, something of interest that's going on that maybe might be of interest to everyone else and nobody knows about it. So we want to bring it up. So that's where we'll go next. John, if you want to.
Well, I think I explained that as part of the parks program, we are working on the adoption of the parks. And Lauren, how many do we have actually adopted?
We have adopted out.
Yeah.
Right now, we have about 4 adopted out.
Okay, 4 out of
Bicentennial, Barclay, Cocoa Isles,
Cocoa Isles.
and then we had Fisher Park, but that was a old city manager. So
Okay.
yeah, we need.
So
to,
we have 4 right now,
Yeah.
and we have 10 total that
We have 8 community and 2 beach sides.
2 beach side.
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be the emphasis for us in the next few months, is trying to coordinate work projects. We have met, Laird and I have met with Public Works also in 2 of the parks, because my Rotary Club sponsors 2 of the parks. So I met with Laird, and we're going to do some facelifting and cleaning up and
Yes.
making them look a lot better
Yes.
over the next couple of months. So we'll be working on that. I just had my hip replaced last Monday. So this is kind of an amazing thing that I can be here with you today. I'm gonna tell you,
You're looking spry.
it's amazing. It's just amazing. But that's really, do you have anything else about the parks there?
We are always looking for adopts. So if anybody knows any groups that would like to adopt a park, we got a bunch of them. We can always use the help. I mean, as far as we're not a big staff, so any help we can get, it helps. It helps with budget-wise. It helps. It's a lot of volunteering. I mean, his group is all volunteers. So anytime we can get the groups to come out and help us, we appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a form you got to fill out and all that, but you can find all that online, and we're accepting. We have a bunch of parks that we need help with.
Okay. Well, see that Tom's not here. Do you have an update on the park down by the hospital?
I'm sorry, which one?
Bicentennial.
I am going to bring Wayne to come and talk about that. I don't
Okay.
really, because Wayne is the one who's he is leading that grant. I know we have a grant. but I want him to come and tell us about it. So next meeting, I'll invite him to come and talk more about that.
Okay.
But there is a grant, but the grant we have right now is mostly the design part of it.
Mhm.
That's the first part of it. And that is pretty much, you know, his ballpark, so I'll let him talk about it more.
Has DOT given us the right to the development at this
Well,
point?
that is still in the works too.
That's still in the works.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the main, because it's not really our park.
Yeah.
So we have to work with them in order to get this
Right.
job done, yes.
Just to give you guys a heads up, we've been concerned about the Bicentennial Park. That's the park that's on 520, right across from the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's a lot of activity there.
Yes.
And unfortunately, every time it sprinkles, it floods.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not flooding from the river; it's flooding. It's just the water just collects right there in that parking lot. And we've been talking about it for quite a while, and it's been a difficult thing is finding out is who actually owns it, who do we talk to, if we make any changes. I mean, can we? Are we going to get shut down as soon as we start doing that? So we want to go through the proper procedures, going through the state. This is pretty much state land, but that my understanding is they've given us the okay, but we now have to. Everything's glacial in government, and Wayne Caragino, he's done a lot of work in getting grants for all the dredging that we've done in all the canals, and he's also found some grants to help us, let's say rejuvenate, but really build that park into something. And it's again going to take a while, and
Yes,
it's
it
in
is.
stages. And the stage now, as Laird mentioned, is in the design, kind of figuring out what we want to put there and how. And that that doesn't cost just a couple $100. It's thousands of dollars,
Yes.
tens of thousands of dollars to get the architectural and understanding of the layout of the ground, what's underground, what's there, and what's not there, that kind of thing. And it's going to be a multi-million-dollar
Oh, yeah. Easy.
project.
Easy.
And we're looking to get the vast majority, 90+%, from grants. So waterways grants and whatnot. So it's a good thing going forward. It's something that I feel good about that we've done here as this group. Yeah, so that's kind of the kind of thing that you can look into.
You'll be hearing a lot about it. Every
Down the
meeting we
road.
talk about it.
Oh, we do. And we also talk about the golf course.
Yep.
Yes.
Every meeting. And I talk about it because I'm out there all the time. Laird, you're out there maybe almost more than me. Probably in the last couple of weeks you've been out there more than me because I haven't been out there.
Probably.
But the tee boxes are in terrible shape.
Yeah.
The driving range it's like I don't understand why we can't. It's been over 6 months since at least 6 months since we hit on grass.
It's open now.
The driving range?
Yes.
See, that's
It's been
tell you
open
right
for-
there how
it's
long
been
it's
open for
been since I've
about-
been out there.
2 weeks now.
So, but the tee boxes I know
Yeah.
are in bad shape.
Yeah, there's a few of them that are in bad shape, you're right. And we're working on them. I'm having them look into some stuff, maybe replanting. But the only thing, this time of year is not a good year to plant. That's
Well,
what
it seems
thought.
like
Yeah.
we did that last year, and we
Yeah.
had a situation where we couldn't tee off those boxes because we were putting new grass in, and then it's just like nothing's. It's almost like it didn't happen.
Yeah, it is.
So, I don't know what we're going to do about that. I know there was a survey that went out, and
Yeah.
that's going to be coming out. Hopefully,
Actually, it's going to be a workshop at the March 2nd meeting, a golf workshop before the commission meeting.
Okay.
okay,
Yes.
excellent. That's good to know.
Well, wasn't the plan initially, as I recall, we were going to do one course a year,
Right.
and we started last year,
Yeah.
and we got one course done, but then.
Well, we haven't done.
No.
I wouldn't say one course. We kind of picked the worst ones to do.
Okay.
So they
you said
jumped. They
it was
jumped around a little bit.
fine. Okay.
Yeah.
But that was kind of a plan, is
Yes.
to kind of do a third,
Yes.
a third, a
And
third.
there's still some that hasn't been done yet. So it's not completed yet.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's still some to be done. Yes.
Okay. All right.
But I gotta tell you, our biggest problem out there right now is our sprinkler system.
Yeah.
Our sprinkler system is terrible.
Mm.
So it's in the budget for next year. It's in the budget. I mean, I'm talking, we're not gonna do it all at once because it's gonna cost probably close to $300,000 in 3 years increments. So it's a big project. It's a huge project. So hopefully it doesn't get pulled. from the budget, but it's gonna be in the budget, it's gonna be on the,
Well,
one of the items in the budget.
It's gotta be,
Yeah, it's gotta
or
be.
the golf
Otherwise
course
we'll
kinda
lose
goes
it.
away.
That's
Yeah, we'll
it.
lose the
Yeah.
course, yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
Don't have a golf course, you don't make a refund.
yep.
no.
Did you say that golf course meeting is gonna be on the 4th of March?
Third,
Second.
second.
Second of March?
March second, yes.
Before the commission meeting?
5:30, I think it is, yes. 5:45, 5:45.
5:45.
Hmm.
Thank you.
How is the golf course funded? Solely tax revenue, or is it privately assisted, or anything like that?
It's not it's privately assisted by the golfer.
By golf
I mean, that's it.
It's
So
city,
no-
it's city run,
City run,
yes.
but no taxes are used, no tax monies is used to improve.
The
I mean,
money
it's-
generated out there are typically enough to maintain the golf course. And that, I think, is where part of the problem is.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a matter of having, over the last several decades of not maintaining, not keeping up. I mean, having a plan going forward is, it's like you with the fire station. You don't wait until your vehicles are falling apart before you are buying new vehicles. It's like the police and fire trucks and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a plan going forward. You can't buy them all at one time. Those fire trucks cost $500,000 or more. So you got to have a plan 5 years ago to buy that truck.
Okay.
Going forward. Same idea with this, and apparently it just hasn't been done. And that's where we are.
And every day that we have a rain out here, that costs us money. In other words, if the golf course is closed, that's a revenue source gone for that day, it doesn't come back.
Sure.
And we had a lot of rain bills,
Yeah.
a lot of rain bills last year. And I think that's gonna affect the bottom line of the whole thing, but the golf course is required, the people to go out and play golf to get our improvements and to pay for the upkeep, and keeping the golf course up is not cheap,
No.
it's very expensive.
And so another thing that needs to be brought to your attention, this board doesn't speak directly to the commission. I mean, we'll give a report every, as often as the chair
Couple
wants.
months,
I can, if it's 6 months or whatever. But it's not something that, I don't know what the right term is. Other boards, like the planning board, board of adjustments, they already have direct contact with the city commission. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
Our contacts with Laird, and Laird speaks
Yeah.
to them. But as a chair, and I know Matt spoke and gave an update on the leisure board, but it isn't anything that has too much traction, unfortunately. So that's something I know Matt was wanting to change. I'd like to change as well, going forward, to give this board a little bit more skin in the game. Just lack of a better way to say it.
I also gotta say, if anything I do bring to the board, the first thing they will ask me is, has the leisure board been through it? Have they given their okay? So that, y'all, I wouldn't say y'all are not, in the skin. You are, because the first question they'll ask is, has the leisure board heard this? Do they approve this?
Mm.
So y'all do have some say,
I guess we do in that respect, but technically we don't. On
Yeah.
paper we don't. So that's where there's a concern. It kind of needs to be adjusted. I think it will be in the future. I think that the commission will have could make some changes. It's brought to their attention. All right. So do you have it? Let's just jump over to. Now let's do public comment. Stay in order. If you have something to say, just raise your hand. Come on up. Just state your name. Yeah, come on up here. State your name, address, and that way Andy can get the information down
State
right.
my name and address.
Yes, ma'am.
My home address.
Whatever
All right.
address you want.
My name is Natalie Johnsey. My address is 324 Jupiter Drive in Satellite Beach, Florida. I'd like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to have our voices heard here tonight. My name is Natalie Johnsey. I'm a 5th grade teacher at Freedom 7 Elementary here in Cocoa Beach, where my youngest daughter also attends school, and in fact, our city council leader's daughter is in my class. My oldest daughter, Harlow, attends Cocoa Beach Junior Senior High School as an 8th grader. And And though my family and I reside in Satellite Beach, most of our time is spent here in Cocoa Beach. I'm here to speak on behalf of my daughter Harlow and some other people in our skate community, in our skateboard community locally. Harlow began skateboarding specifically at the Cocoa Beach Skate Park during a Grind for Life winter camp with Mike Rogers in December 2017. Cocoa Beach Skate Park was everything we didn't have at our local skate park in Satellite Beach. Families, kind people, bathrooms, and a world-class park. Fast forward 5 years, Harlow's been on billboards all over the state of Florida for Ron John Surf Shop. She competes and places at the top of her divisions in the Grind for Life series each year, and most recently placed 6th at the U.S. Nationals. In 2 weeks, we're traveling to the World Games in Dubai, an Olympic qualifying event, an event that she's chosen to represent the United States as one of their 4 discretionary picks. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That said, the park that she grew up learning to skate is no longer a place she can skateboard without fear of getting hurt. She cannot train to represent the USA on a global level at Cocoa Beach Skate Park in its previous condition. What would have otherwise been the only place she needed to be previously. Here are some statistics regarding the history of athletes who have come out of your great skate park here in Cocoa Beach. Leah and Adam Taylor resided in and skated Cocoa Beach Skate Park. They both went on to skate X Games, Vans Park Series, and more. Grace Marhofer, a Cocoa Beach junior-senior high school alumni, just really as of recently, is currently on the USA skate team with hopes to represent the USA in Paris Olympics 2024. She has only been gone about a year. Jake Yanko, a Melbourne resident who drove to Cocoa Beach Skate Park every day to train and help with Mike's skate camps, now resides in California and will be turning professional this year for one of the most popular skateboard companies in the world. We love Cocoa Beach Skate Park, but in its current condition, Harlow cannot skate the park she knows and loves and has in the backyard of her school. Instead, we have to drive 40 minutes to West Melbourne Skate Park as it is taken care of, looked after. From my perspective, it seems our great skate park, our small town skate park, has been abandoned and left for dead. My family and I have even taken it upon ourselves to fix items like the drain so that the water would drain properly and so skaters would not cut themselves on the old rusty ones that were there. I'm asking you today to please invest in our skate park. I know the repairs will be extensive and expensive, but hopefully today I've opened your eyes to just how important a concrete bowl can be for the future youth of Cocoa Beach. A skate park is more than a place where troublemakers hang out and cause trouble. It is a place where future Olympian athletes are made. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike?
Good afternoon, my name is Harlow Johnsey. I'm 13 years old and I attend Cocoa Beach Junior-Senior High as an 8th grader. I've been skateboarding for 5 years and I've always called Cocoa Beach Skate Park my home park. In 2 weeks, I'll be headed for Dubai for the incredible opportunity to skate on behalf of the United States at World Games. Right now, to train for this wonderful opportunity, rather than being able to walk to the skate park after school, I have to drive about 45 minutes away with traffic to train and go to other skate parks that are actually skatable. At Cocoa Beach, the concrete is falling out, the coping is rusted and broken, and there are no bleachers, shade, or even a bathroom any longer. I personally feel that if these same issues were occurring at the baseball field or the golf course, they would be addressed properly and in a timely manner. On the outside, skateboarding may look like a sport for dropouts or troublemakers, but it's so much more than that. Skateboarding is an art. It brings people together and allows people to express themselves in a way that they didn't know they could. To top it off, it is now an Olympic sport. When Mike was able to run a skate camp, you wouldn't believe how many kids come to learn and how many smiles are spread. I think instead of people coming to simply repatch the coping, we need to work together to rebuild the skate parks here in Cocoa Beach. Here's what other skate parks are doing to keep their parks maintained. At the New Smyrna Skate Park, there is a skate shop with drinks, snacks, bathrooms, and someone who cares for the park and keeps it in line. The skate park is reserved for skateboarders only in order to prevent fast wear and tear. At both West Melbourne and New Smyrna, people come to spray and paint the coping and make sure everything is in check, rather than slapping patching all over the park. When you put the patches all over the park, it comes off immediately, usually as I'm skateboarding. Satellite Beach Skate Park has a responsible full-time monitor, bleachers for seating, and safe trails. It is extremely important that we do something about the skate park. There are a lot of people who want to see this amazing park thrive and do well. I think it would be wonderful if you could help us make that happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I am Jackson Koza. I'm 14 years old, and I'm a beachside Brevard County resident and attend school in Cocoa Beach for 6 years. I wanted to speak tonight to let everyone know that the Cocoa Beach skate park is important not just for me, but to many people in Brevard County and Cocoa Beach. It is clear that the Cocoa Beach skate park has been let go past the point of needing simple maintenance. It seems it has been forgotten about by the city of Cocoa Beach. The coping has fallen apart, the drain has been a major issue, and there's no shade or bathrooms. The Cocoa Beach skate park is personally important to me because it's somewhere I can practice for competitions and also have fun with my friends. On behalf of my mom, Jill Koza, she cannot be here tonight, but the skate park is important to her. She is a nurse who worked at Cape Canaveral Hospital. She is a roller skater and loves Cocoa Beach skate park. And it's sad to see the condition it is in. We love to skate here together. And she speaks for many adult skaters who enjoy the park. Skating is not just for kids. We both want to see some money put back into Cocoa Beach skate park and see that it is made a priority. This skate park is important for adults and kids who love it and want a place they can enjoy for fun or training for competitions. I personally want to thank Mike Rogers for all he has done for me and taught me through skate camp, community night, and skating together at the park. Thank you for letting me speak tonight.
Thank you.
Well done.
Well done.
Yeah. So not only are you excellent athletes and potentially Olympic athletes, but you're very well spoken, handled yourself well at the podium. That's not easy to do. So
Good
very,
job.
very well done.
Good job.
Thank you. And this will be, I suggest you also go speak at the city commission meeting and let your voice be heard there as well. I'll speak to, I'll personally speak to some commissioners, maybe, possibly, individually, of course, because again, sunshine rules and whatnot. But again, thank you. And Mike, did you want to speak also? Okay.
Hello, my name is Mike Rogers. I'm the founder of the Grind for Life organization. The park became free and unsupervised in 2017, and we seen that the Merritt Island Skate Park closed at the same time. So Merritt Island Skate Park was a BMX park. So the BMXers were coming over to the Cocoa Beach Park in Groves and Groves. So myself, I had to be the regulator of the skate park to make sure we saved the life of the skate park. So the last 5 years, we put in some surveillance cameras, and we've been doing community night there, keeping activity going, doing camps, introducing new people to skateboarding through the Kiwanis Club. So I've been a Kiwanis Club member going on 5 years now to run youth programs for skateboarding in our skate park here for Cocoa Beach. So now we've, the last 5 years, been able to accomplish many goals. Jack and Harlow have been my interns, so we've been able to teach a lot more kids how to learn how to skate and have some fun. But now, with us teaching and bringing up the future of skateboarding, our facility is not up to the speed that we're running the programs for. So when we're running programs, and then we teach kids how to skate, and then the facility's not up to for us to keep progressing there and stuff. So now we're at a turning point. The park's on its 19th year. We've done everything to keep it going. I've been patching it and fixing it since 2006. It's been there since 2005 was the grand opening. I've been skating there probably 4 or 5 times a week since it opened. So I would like to be an operator there now, run programs. I'm a YMCA skate park director, and I'd like to come in and come out of retirement and just run great programs at Cocoa Beach. We have a great beachside skate park that if we can bring it up to speed, get a pavilion there, and a mini ramp, it would be a great improvement. Not a super lot of money to do the improvements that we need to do out at the Cocoa Beach skate park. So we'll take it to commission meeting and keep pushing forward to get the skate park back to the way it was when it opened in 2005 and make it even better with better programs for the community and all that good stuff. So.
Good.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Right.
Well, we do have a couple of new young commissioners on board, so maybe they'll have a different attitude, possibly.
Yeah, Keith
Not
used to
that.
skate out
Yeah,
Keith is my neighbor, yes.
yeah. So,
there. I remember
Keith's daughter's in my class.
Yeah. Davidville.
wow, it's all together.
Claire,
So,
what's budgeted for the skate park this next year?
Well, let me see. First of all, the bathrooms are being worked on right now. They're redoing, they were actually redoing 3 bathrooms at the same time. The ball fields, the skate park, and ramp road.
Okay.
All 3 are being redone. It's just taking time. Parts have been on delay, back order, but it's in the process. Bleachers have been put out there. Last week there was 2 sets of bleachers put out there. All right, now as far as the concrete, and Mike knows this, the concrete part, I mean, to try and get Team Paint, which built that park, they are so far out. I've contacted them, they are so far out in getting to our park, because we're a small park. So they're not gonna pass up a big project to come to a small park. I even had a guy that Mike put me on to, who came out there and did he went through the whole park with me to let me know what needs to be done, where the problems is. He came on, did all that, never heard from him again. So the problem isn't that we don't want to do stuff out there, the problem is finding people to do stuff out there. That is the biggest problem right now. I mean, I have a concrete guy who's supposed to be coming to give me a quote within the next week or so. He's actually the guy that actually did my tennis courts just recently. But he's not gonna come back. He has to come back and finish up the tennis courts. So when he does come, he's gonna come on and give me a quote for the skate park and the pool. So it's not like we're not trying to do stuff out there, it's getting people to do the stuff is the problem right now.
Got it.
Everybody is so booked up. That is the biggest problem right now. Now, as far as the coping part of it, that one has been a struggle. That has definitely been a struggle, trying to find somebody to fix that. So as Mike said, Mike has been really good. He's helped me a lot with patching stuff and doing stuff, but we're trying to get this thing done. We're definitely trying to get it done. But finding the people to do it is the biggest problem we have right at this moment.
So you have some
We're
money,
not ignoring it, no.
you have some money in the budget for
Well,
this year?
we don't have monies, but we'll find. We're looking for the money, yes.
Okay.
Yes. We're not ignoring it. We're definitely not ignoring it. I mean, the only other thing I could do is shut it down until I can fix it. But we're trying. But I mean, like I said, Mike said we're patching here and there right now just to keep it open. But we're working on it. We're definitely working on getting that park back to what it used to.
Well, you need professionals to do that work. and
Exactly.
I understand.
Exactly.
I understand
I mean,
exactly what you're
that's
going
just the way it is right now.
Yeah.
Everybody is tied up, they're busy, they got bigger jobs, we're a small park, you know, but I'm working on it. I am definitely working on it. Like I said, I have somebody coming in to give me a quote on the concrete. They should be here within the next, week or so, because we're waiting for the back order of the basketball hoops.
Okay.
There was a back order on that. So they're coming from south. So they didn't want to come just to give me a quote. They're going to come, when they come to put the basketball hoops in, they will come around and give me quotes on other things too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sounds like things are being done.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
not
just going
happening
to take
fast.
time.
Yeah,
It's
Laird, I talked to the boarder. We started our Run for Life series at St. Pete this weekend, and I talked to the boarder who runs our series, and they also do a platform group. It comes, Tito's involved. That's his new. He's working with the boarder, and they work with cities with aged out skate parks that need renovation. So I told him that what we have going on, so he's willing to. They're going to come back and circle back and come out and give you another quote on what it would take to do the mini ramp, fix all the copings,
Okay.
do a pavilion, all this stuff.
Any help anybody can pass on to me, please pass them on.
So yeah, I
Pass
was
them
working
on.
on that this weekend.
Okay.
For us.
Yep.
good. All right, Larry, do you have any other announcements or reports from your side? Because we covered quite a bit.
Yeah, we did. So have we decided on who's going to cover what areas? Have we decided on that?
Not really. I kind of gave them an opportunity to think about that
So
for our
we'll
next
just come
meeting.
back in next meeting and
Yeah,
decide
I
on
mean,
that?
put them on the
That's
spot
fine.
right now.
That's fine.
Kind of just introduce
Yeah, that's fine.
them to that concept, and
Yeah.
so think about it and.
Okay.
I'm fine with a skate park and tennis out, although I feel like there's more, because I was like, there's
Yeah.
nobody talking about volleyball. And there's a lot of players that come out of here that go to professional, like, they go to
Right.
schools and
Right.
on to be professional players, and the only courts are the private courts at Westgate, who was about to go under construction.
Yeah.
And they took our nets down during COVID and allowed no play there. So we had to go all the way to Paradise to play. So Satellite Beach just built a couple of courts
Mhm.
there, so I'm gonna talk to that gentleman and we'll get a cost structure, maybe doing some like, as park sponsored courts, I don't know, but I just feel like that's a very positive thing for
Yeah.
here, and you know. Also for the skate parks, I just wanted to find out more information and like a breakdown of what you guys want and try to get a, like a budget for it and how, if
Mhm.
how much the city is providing for each thing versus like can also, I'm sure a lot of your programs raise a lot of money as well, but I don't know how that's decided, so I'm just kind of trying to learn it all, but
Just to clarify, Steve Romano was, he had tennis and he had the aquatics and the skate park?
Steve,
Steve?
he had tennis, skate park, and aquatics, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had aquatics too.
aquatics,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes.
So that seems to be grouped together very
Yeah.
nicely.
Yeah.
okay,
Along with, beach volleyball, at one point we were discussing, if it was on the table, back tables probably, of putting,
Lloyd Wilson. Volleyball.
sand courts in Lori Wilson Park, throughout the park.
yes.
Off the beach, actually, where, you know.
That's
you
how
know,
Paradise is, which is
I think
county
that'd
owned.
be a fantastic, yeah. And we had an opportunity, I think, to get that park.
Yes,
And we
is that
passed
still,
on it somewhat.
is that gonna happen again?
And that's something I think we should,
Well, I was saying
in the
also
future, go
Fisher
after.
Park actually has a lot of middle room
Does,
yeah.
too, and it, it doesn't have to be a lot of courts, but just even a few,
Right.
because Paradise has done a very nice job with how they have their park
Yeah.
structure, and they have bathrooms and the whole thing, the same type of thing, so it
Yeah,
just.
when you bring a tournament in, that brings a lot of people to come.
Yes, yeah, which they
Yeah.
did those at, International Palms, but that's currently under construction, they moved
Okay.
the tournaments away from here
Yeah.
now, so that's
Yeah.
a lot of
Fortunate.
revenue loss, unfortunately.
What was the deal, just to refresh my memory, the deal was basically the county wanted us to make all the improvements before we
And
took
then
it over?
Yeah, there was something.
So it wasn't
there was-
even
there
it
was some
wasn't a feasible
political
deal.
stuff going on there that
I
I wasn't
disagree.
privy
I
to.
think it would have been feasible because the
Yeah.
parking revenue would have paid for it
But I
within
don't
a
think,
year and a half.
I don't know if they were
I
gonna allow
already
us
did
to
the
do
numbers.
that. I'm not sure if they were
I
gonna
don't know
allow
why
us
I
to do
didn't.
that.
All right.
There was some stuff going on
Oh,
there.
is that
was.
because it was donated?
There was some, I just don't know the
Okay.
whole story behind this.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have anything else?
Yes, I will be sending you guys the master plan, leisure service master plan, recreation, but I'm not gonna, my boss doesn't wanna do paper anymore, so I'm gonna send it to you electronically to look at.
So I can print it on paper.
No more paper. We're cutting out paper. So it's coming to you this week, so look at it. You have a month to look at it. and
Okay.
If you have any feedback, you'd like to give feedback on it, please.
So just a quick question, so for each of these areas, that you just reach out to the community that's involved in each of these areas and
Mhm.
see what their needs are, type thing,
You can-
and come
you-
and represent
You can take
here?
it as far as you want. I mean,
Okay.
if it's just a drive-by, if it's whatever information you want to gather, as far as you want to take it. I mean, you're kind of representing,
Right.
Leisure services.
the
And
city
you are
on
like,
this.
you're
so
like
just-
you're like the leisure services eyes,
Yes.
ears.
Yes.
There's things we may miss that you may be able to help us with, inform us something that needs to be done. Or if you see something good out there, bring it back to, let us know. See something going on that's good, let us know. You are the eyes and ears of us, basically, yes.
Very
Absolutely.
good. This is very educational. Thank you so much.
Do we need to have a vice chair, or is that something?
Yes, we need to vote on that too, but we haven't got a full.
Yeah, Tom will be here next
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
And was the last thing I wanted to bring up really was our next meeting, get a date for our next meeting, so we all know.
March 27th.
March 27th? Okay.
Same time?
March
Same time.
27th,
4
same
o'clock.
place. City Hall is almost completely down.
Yeah, just saw it when I came
I
back.
saw it a couple hours ago, and there's still a wall over there.
Police, I think
Yeah.
they
There's
can't
still
bring
a
down, they
little
can't
bit.
bring down the police.
Yeah.
The rats are
Scott's
running
gotta-
everywhere.
Yeah.
And Chief Roosevelt's got to go over there and I think and push the last wall piece of it over. Yeah.
One other thing I didn't mention, we now have a Facebook. Leisure Services now has a
What?
Facebook. What?
Wow.
Yes, I know it's
Wow.
hard to believe, but we're moving into a different time now.
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Fin-
Andy's
finally-
actually running that.
Finally in the 21st century here, leisure
Yeah.
board.
So yes, so we're posting stuff. We're posting.
Thank you, Andy.
Andy's in charge of that. I'm too old for that.
Surprise,
Clearly.
surprise.
All right, I think that's it.
Yes.
Anything else? All right, we'll adjourn. I don't have a.
You have a